Welcome to the Women's Roundtable here on Livetalk this Thursday, October the 28th, 2020. I'm Marvelous Mpanganyahuye, broadcasting from my home in Washington, D.C. due to the COVID-19 pandemic.
And I'm Praxedis Jeremiah. I'm also broadcasting from my home in Upper Marlboro in Maryland.
And on tonight's show, we're going to be looking at the COVID-19 situation in the country, the number of COVID-19 vaccinations that have been done so far, and other issues facing women. We'll also look at what happened in Harare today when some ex-combatants were brought into court, and we saw some women, also former ex-combatants, who were standing outside complaining about how they are being treated as women who fought for the country. So we'll have a little video to show you regarding that issue. We'll also be hearing about an update on the sanctions situation in Zimbabwe, where we saw that there was a press conference that was done earlier on today. So we'll also be taking a look at that.
We might also have a look at the ZANU-PF Annual People's Conference, which entered its second day with the party First Secretary President Emmerson Mnangagwa commending the United Nations Special Rapporteur Elana Dohan on her statement against the illegal sanctions imposed on Zimbabwe by some Western countries, as he says. He also urged people to vaccinate against the COVID-19, saying the party has lost almost 21 national heroes and more than 400 government officials and ZANU-PF officials, mostly due to COVID-19.
Yes, PJ, we are seeing there an image of the UN Special Rapporteur to Zimbabwe, who you just mentioned, and who the president commended for her visit to the country. But we will be giving you more on the issue on Studio 7, and you can listen into the news tonight. But we go back, as usual, to the COVID-19 situation in the country, where we've seen of late the Ministry of Health giving us the figures that are coming out. And they say as of March last year, from yesterday's figures, they now have 132,808 confirmed COVID-19 cases in the country, and 127,520 and 4,675 deaths since the pandemic started in March last year. And we also look at the vaccination program that is now in its second phase. And when we look at that, we see that at the moment, there are 3.2 million people that have been vaccinated for COVID-19 in the country.
Yes, Marv, there is a total of 3.3 million people who have been vaccinated so far, with over 2.5 million who have gotten their first and second doses. But the government was aiming for 10 million people to be vaccinated by December in order to get the herd immunity, or 60% of the population in Zimbabwe.
Yes, PJ, but I think we will give it to you to do the Ndebele, and then we're going straight to our guest who's here with us on this program this evening.
Yeah, siyalamukela kuhlelo lethu lalamhlanje, uhlelo lapho esithi asihluzeni ebomama, lapho ke esizakhuluma khona izanhluphe izangikhathazele ukuphumelela kwabomama enhlangothini ezitshiyeneyo ezempilo. Kodwa ke phezulu lapho siyaqala vele ngalo ubhubhane lolu oluhlasele umhlaba lwahlasela njalo laseZimbabwe. Ngokutshona kwelanga la izolo, abogatsha lwezempilakahle babika ukubana kube inani lalabo akade sebebanjwe yi-COVID-19 lokhe lolu bhubhane lwaqhamukayo eZimbabwe ngombimbitho nyakenye beselifike kunkulungwane ezedlula ezilikhulu, 132,808. Ukugoqela ke labo abaphephe kulolu bhubhane labo abazinkulungwane ezedlula ezilikhulu 127,520 kwafa abedlula inkulungwane ezine lengxenye 4,675. Okwamanje kulohlelo oluqalileyo ekuqaliseni kwana lo umnyaka olokuhlaba abantu amajekiseni okuzivikela ku-COVID-19 kunje sokuhlatshwe abantu abedlula izigidi ezintathu 3.3 million abantu kade sebehlatshiwe ijekiseni lakuqala. Kuthi ke labo asebehlatshwe amajekiseni wonke omabili sebefika izigidi ezedlula ezimbili lengxenye 2.5 million. So uhulumende ukhangelele ukubana ubethena yena ukhangelele ukubana kuthi kusiyafika ekupheleni kwalomnyaka kube sokuhlatshiwe abantu abangaba yizigidi ezilishumi. Angikwazi kumbe lelo nani lizafinyelelwa ngokuya kwezikhathi, kodwa ke okwamanje lokhe sikuzigidi eziphansi kwezine. Njalo ke uthi yena ulefisa ukubana ngabe sokuhlatshwe abantu abangaba isilinganiso sokungamashumi ayisithupha ekhulwini 60% ukuze kufinyelelwe isilinganiso leso esibizwa ngesingisi ngokuthi i-herd immunity. Sizakhangela njalo ngesithunywa esiqhakathekileyo esithunywe inhlanganiso yomanyano wamazwe omhlaba e-United Nations, u-United Nations Special Rapporteur Elana Dohan oselizweni okwamanje kumbe sesukumela angila qiniso lakho, kodwa ke sekwethekeleleni okwensuku ezilishumi ezezibonela ngawakhe njalo ukuzozizwela ngezakhe indlebe ukuthi monakalo bani odalwa yizijeziso zenotho ezafakelwa eleZimbabwe. Kodwa ke abamazwe ngamazwe angentshonalanga athuthukileyo agoqela oMelika, oBrithani lamanye amazwe awe-European Union. Kodwa ke wona amazwe angentshonalanga athi lezi zijeziso azifakelwanga iZimbabwe yonke kumbe uzulu wonke waseZimbabwe, kodwa kulabantu abakuluhlu lona lelo olezijeziso abangaba ngamashumi aphansi kwathoba munye 87. Yibo lamankampani adlelana labantu bona labo abakuhulumende labakuZANU-PF, kodwa ayisilo lizwe lonke. Kodwa ke unkosikazi Elana Dohan yena uthi yena ngokucubungula kwakhe ngophenyo lwakhe alwenzileyo eZimbabwe ukubonile ukuthi izijeziso lezi ziyabamba ziyaphatha uzulu wonke waseZimbabwe njalo kubuyisela muva inotho yeZimbabwe. Ngakho ke akutholileyo okuphume kuphenyo lwakhe lolu kuzahlaziywa kwele Switzerland ngomnyaka ozayo. Kodwa ke abeZANU-PF bathabile ngokuthi yena ubasekele esithi lezi zijeziso ziyaphatha umuntu wonke waseZimbabwe. Ngakho ke wakhuthaza ukubana kube lokukhulumisana phakathi kwenhlangothi ezitshiyeneyo kanye labamazwe wona lawo angentshonalanga ukuze izijeziso lezi ziqondiswe sibili lapho okumele ziqonde khona, kodwa kwakhathesi zikhanya ziphambanisa ilizwe njengokutsho kweZANU-PF laye unkosikazi Ellen Dohan. Marvelous.
Aiwa apo tinotendai PJ nekutipa chirongwa chedu chanhasi. Tinokuchingamidzai vese vari pachirongwa chedu chanhasi. Ini ndini Marvelous Mhlanganya uye ndiri muWashington uko tiri kutefenyura tiri kumba sekuziva kwamuri kuita pamusoro pedenda rechirwere cheCovid-19. Saka nhasi pachirongwa chedu chemadzimai tiri kupakurirai zvakasiyana siyana. Tinenge tiri kutarisa isu nyaya iyoyi yedenda rechirwere cheCovid-19 tichitarisa zvakare zviri kubuda munyaya dzezvematongerwo enyika, tichitarisa zvanga zviri kuitika muHarare nhasi umo taona vamwe vanova ivo vaive varwi vehondo yerusununguko, nyanya madzimai vachichema-chema vachiti mari dzavari kupiwa dzemudyandigere ishoma, uyezve vari kutiwo vari kushungurudzwa nemapurisa pavari kuda kuwanikwa ivo vachitaura nhuna dzavo. Vamwe vavo vawanikwa ivo vachienda kunomiswa pamberi pedare imomo muHarare, vachinzi ivo vakawanikwa vachiungana nezuro kuHarare Gardens vachinyunyuta panyaya yemari idzodzi dzemudyandigere, vakawanikwa vachisungwa, asi nhasi vazomiswa pamberi pedare. Saka tichange tiri kunzwa kuti zvii zvaitika pane madzimai aya anga ari iwo achiwanikwa iwo ari panze pedare muzuva ranhasi.
What have we done? What wrong have we done? Just come and see our comrades who have been arrested, and we are told to just go. And that plainclothes policeman said, we are going to push you. For what reason? When are we going to be free? In the country that we fought for. This is not fair.
Okay, what's your name?
Dadirai. Njitimana Chinomona. That's my name.
Kotipewoka nechishona futi chichaitika.
Tanga takazvigarira apo isu tichimirira kuti vamwe vedu vapinda mumasales varuda wezoenda kukoti tozonzwa outcome vachirambidza kupinda tikabvuma kusara panze. But now they came and pushed us tikadzibvai pano muende kumba. Hatisuda kuonai pano for the reason we don't know.
Saka makuenda here kumba?
Tinoenda. We have to respect the law.
Kumira pano kusvika vakaona
vamwe havasi kuda kuenda. So handiri kuona kuti vamwe havasi vari kuti kumira panapa. Tiri kudawo kunzwa kuti vamwe vedu because tiri kurwadzira. And you know kuti vanhu vari mumasales ava most of them vari kurwara. Makumba akazvimba so. Vamwe vacho they are 65, vamwe almost 70. One of my health problems. They've got ailments, hypertension, heart problems, everything. But vari kuchengetwa mumasales.
Saka imi kusunga kwenyu sevarwiri verusununguko makazvitora sei?
Takagumbuka hatisi kurara. Seni yangu BP yakatokwira. Hatisi kurara because we have done nothing wrong. Hapana chakaipa chakaitwa. Zvakafanana nemwana kana urumba. Kana pakaonekwa mainini baba achitenga 1 loaf. If you say baba chingwa hachichakwani, todawo 4 loaves. Kana kuti 3 loaves. Ndatadza here. Ndisina kurova baba kana kutuka baba. That is what they wanted to do. They wanted to demonstrate maplacards avo kuradza president kuti no, isusu mari yatiri kupiwa haichakwani. But mapurisa ndo akauya vasati vambodemonstrata. They came. Vasina kutombozva kuti chichawada kuita. They came and arrested them.
Mati monzani zita renyu ake?
Nonzi Dadirai Njitimana Chinomona.
Aiwa, apo tiri kunzwa kubva kune vamwe vanga vari pakuratidzira kwanga kuri kuitika muguta reHarare nhasi. Panguva iyoyi zvakare muHarare manga muine nhumwa iri kubva kuUnited Nations, amai Elana Doha, vauya ivo kuzoona panyaya yezvirango zvakatemerwa nyika yeZimbabwe. Saka vawanikwa vachitaura ivo nevatori venhau muHarare muzuva ranhasi. Asi mutungamiri wenyika vaEmerson Mnangagwa vanga vari kutaura ivo kuti vanga vari kufara nenhaurirano yavakaita namuzvare kana kuti amai Doha ava vawanikwa ivo vachipinda munyika uyezve vachiongorora kuti zvirango izvi zvobviswa here kana kuti kwete. Zvinyorwa zvakawanikwa zvichipakurwa naivo amai Doha ava zvanga zviri kuwanikwa izvo zvichitaura kuti zvirango ngazvibviswe, uyezve vachitaura ivo nezvimwewo zvavari kuti zvinofanira kuitwa nenyika yeZimbabwe kuitira kuti zvirango izvi zviwanikwe zvichibviswa. Asi tiri ipapo regai timbosendeka parutivi nyaya dzezvematongerwo enyika, timbotaurawo nemadzimai ari kuita iwo mabasa panguva ino yeCovid-19 vemunyika, tichinzwawo kuti zvii zvavari kuita pari zvino uyezve kuti zvirongwa zvipi zvavakabata muzuva ranhasi. Tinokuchingamidzai pachirongwa chedu muzvare varaidzo show. Hello, muzvare varaidzo show.
Hello, Magadi, how are you?
Aiwa, tiri wadi zvedu. Munganyatsotisanangurawo kuti ndimi ani nezita reorganization yenyu nezvamuri kuita here panguva ino yeCovid?
Zita rangu ndinonzi Varaidzo Joe. Ndinomirira organization inonzi Women's Academy for Leadership and Political Excellence. Rinova iro sangano rinomirira madzimai uye rinodzidzisa madzimai kuti vapinde muma-leadership positions kubva kuma-leadership positions akaita kubva kuma-rural districts, kuma-SDCs, kuita ma-councillors, kuita ma-MP, even kuita ma-president. tichivadzidzisa tichivadzidzisa uchida kuita mutungamiri unofanira kunge uchiziva izvi, unofanira kunge uchigona izvi uye unozvibata sei.
Saka pane zvino panguva yeCovid-19 muri kuizviita sei zvirongwa izvi tichiona kuti kune dzimwe nzvimbo vanhu havana kusununguka kuti vafambe?
Nekuda kweCovid-19 tange tave kuita zvirongwa zvedu tichizviitira yatinotiyo paZoom, patanga tichishanda nemadzimai tichishanda navo tichishandisa Zoom tichivadzidzisira ipapo nekuti kuungana kwaka kusiri kubvumidzwa nekuda kweCovid-19.
Maybe let's just go into English. If you can just tell us what your organization is doing, especially during this time of COVID-19, when it comes to programs that prepare women for leadership.
Okay, during these COVID-19 times, we've been training women in transformative feminist leadership, which is a training where women are trained in various topics, which include sexual reproductive health rights. We go on to teaching them on how to become an effective leader, what is a leader, the different states of government and their functions, how they can be part and parcel of the electoral processes that are happening in our country. And also we've been teaching them they've been going through trainings like social entrepreneurship, where we teach them on how to become social entrepreneurs. We impart them with skills to make sanitizers, washable masks that they use with their families and then sell some of the stuff so that they can have income to support their families. As we know that most of the women, they were illegal, they had to stop going to work because of the COVID-19. So we're giving them funds after training them. We give them small funds to revive their project so that they can better their livelihood and also use the money besides.
We carry on.
You can ask your question, it's okay.
Yeah, I was just going to say that what are some of the challenges that you are seeing women saying they are facing during this COVID-19, besides just the pandemic?
Most women are saying they're facing challenges of not being able to provide for their families, since most of them are not being able to carry out the different jobs that they are doing to provide for their families, and also that most of them are suffering from gender-based violence because they're stuck in their homes with their abuses and they do not have somewhere to go and report. Those are the challenges that they've been facing, and that the burden of taking care of their families been upon them, especially now that their husbands are not going to work, and during the lockdown period where kids were not going to school, women had to be teachers also, so their duties as mothers had to increase because they had to do all the house chores, make sure that they're teaching the children, make sure that they're fending for the families. So all that burden was upon women because of the COVID-19.
And we also understand that you have a program where you've been assisting women who want to go and register to vote with transportation. How is that going? Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, WAUPE launched the 2.2 Votes for Women from Women election campaign, which aims to engage and mobilize women, including young women, virgin voters, to go and register as both candidates and voters in the 2023 elections. Under that campaign, we've been assisting women who want to go and register to vote to make sure that they get to the polling stations without facing any challenges.
And would you say that you've been successful in encouraging women to vote?
Yes, we can safely say we've been successful because we've had over 300 women, virgin voters, who have registered to vote since the kickstart of the campaign.
Explain to us what you mean by virgin voters.
Virgin voters, these are first-time voters.
Okay.
Yes.
So you are literally trying to encourage some who have never voted before, you're saying?
Yes, yes.
And which areas are you operating?
Harare and Mutasa for now, but we work in all the 10 provinces of Zimbabwe.
Okay, thank you very much. PJ, they were hearing from Ms. Zomi, who's just telling us about some of the projects that they are doing to encourage age voters to vote. I'm not sure whose mic is hot. There's something going on here. There's some noise coming from somewhere. So.
Ungabangi umsindo Manyathi. Silo Manyathi lapha uPerseverance Nyathi owenhlanganiso ye Bulawayo Progressive Residents Association ecingweni akayenelisanga ukuthi angene ngeBee Live. Mav, I've got Miss Perseverance Nyathi on WhatsApp audio. That's how we are going to go through this program. Kodwa ke ngingakayi kuManyathi uthi sikhangeleke kuba unkosazana abarayidzo kade sithini uthi yena balenhlanganiso lapho abancedisana khona labomama ukubana bakhankasele ukungena ezikhundleni zobukhokheli njalo bafundisa omama ngenhlelo ezehlukeneyo zokuzinakekela ama-income generating projects. Babe sebesiba lohlelo njalo olokufundisa omama lokubakhuthaza omama ukuthi bahambe bayiregister ukuthi bavote ukubhalisela ukuvota. Nkosazana Perseverance Nyathi, siyakwamukela kuhlelo lethu lwalamhlanje.
Ngiyabonga ukwamukela kuhlelo lo.
Yeah. Kunhlanganiso yena leyi eye Bulawayo Progressive Residents Association lilazo ke inhlelo eziqondane labomama nxa sikhangeleke ngobhubhane lwe-COVID-19 sikhangeleke njalo lenhlelo zokuzinakekela njengabesifazane. Ungasichathekela ngamafitshane.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu. Salibonani balaleli, njengoba eshilo ibizo lami uPerseverance Nyathi, ilunga le-Progressive Residents Association nayo. Inhlanganiso yethu igoqela amawadi wonke akobulawayo angu-29. Njalo nxa singamawadi siyananzelela ukuthi kumawadi lawo kulabomama abaphila kumawadi lawo. So njengobana sihlangane lohlelo lolu olusolukhona umkhuhlane wobhubhane i-COVID-19, siyagqugquzela njalo kuzakhamizi ikakhulu labomama abayibo abaphethe izimuli ezindlini ukuba labo bavikeleke kumkhuhlane lo okhona.
Yeah, likwenza njani lokhu njengoba kade likuma lockdown? Selizijayele na izindlela zezinkundleni eze-social media o-Zoom lezinye indlela?
Siyazama ngazo zonke indlela ukuxhasa izakhamizi ukubana lazo zifinyelele kwi-information le khona ye-COVID-19 ukubana labo bakhuseleka njani. Nakuma-radio stations sikhona, nakuma-social media sikhona, ama-handles ethu awe-Bupra, konke kukhona.
Yeah. Nxa sikhangeleke liyababona yini abesifazane ikakhulu labo abasakhulayo bephatheka kunhlelo lezi?
Abesifazane abasakhulayo bayaphatheka kakhulu, kodwa siyafisa ukubana inani ngabe liyakhuphuka ngobana sikhalela ukuthi omama yibo kumele bagqugquzele abanye bazise abanye ukubana hayi bahlabele ijekiseni elikhona ukwenza ukuthi bavikeleke.
Uyababona inani labo belikhwabitha na ukuyahlatshwa ijekiseni leli?
Okwamanje inani leli selingathi liyehla, kodwa lokho silwisa ukubana inani leli lingayehla. Lokho silwisa ngamandla ngoba abantu abalalwazi kakhulu, njalo ulwazi abalufinyelelanga kakhulu ukubana baxwayiswe ukubana hayi i-COVID kumele kwenziwe so.
Njalo nxa sikhangele kulinyanga ekaMfumfu eka-October kade kukhuthazwa ukulimukisa abesifazane ngemvukuzane yebele. Lina-ke lolu daba liluphathe kanjani kuBUPRA?
Njengenhlanganiso ekhangela labomama siye sangena kumawadi sigqugquzela ukuthi omama labo bahambe bayehlolwa umkhuhlane lo, umkhuhlane omubi osoqeda omama. So ngakho-ke lokhu sigcizelela ukubana hayi omama sisukumeni asiphakameni siyehlolwa.
Yikho-ke libone omama besukuma na besiya ezindaweni ezehlukeneyo. Kuke kwaba lezinye izihlelo lapho omama kade behlolwa khona kungela mbadalo.
Izindawo zikhona lapho omama bahlolwa khona, amakliniki kahulumende, amakliniki awekhanseli, zikhona indawo. Kodwa thina njengabomama, omama baphakami ngendlela okufanele ngabe bayaphakama. So lokho sizama ngendlela zonke ukuthi sinjani sibagqugquzele ukuthi basukume.
Njengenhlanganiso lilenhlelo na ezinjengalezo ezike zakhulunywa ngesikhulumi kade sikhona lapha uBarayitso esithi balenhlelo zokukhuthaza omama ukuthi bangene ezikhundleni zobukhokheli, inhlelo ezinjengokukhuthaza ukuthi abantu bahambe bayerejista ukuthi bavote ngomnyaka oka-2023 kukhetho luka-2023. Lilazo-ke inhlelo ezinjengalezo?
Inhlelo leyi silayo koBulawayo kumawadi wonke. Silalo uhlelo lokuthi abantu bathwale bayisiwe efamona lapho kurejistwa khona. Sikuqalile-ke thina sakuqala inyanga ezimbili ezedlulileyo ukubana abantu basukume bayerejista ukuvota ukwenza ukuthi bazikhethele abakhokheli babo bakusasa.
Libabona omama besukuma na kulolu hlelo?
Omama bayasukuma kakhulu sibili, ikakhulu ku-program kunhlelo le ye-voter registration, hayi bayaphakama.
Abasakhulayo-ke bangaba lakho ukuthi bayenze njengokwenzakalayo eZambia, ngoba eZambia kukhetho olusanda kwenziwa kuthiwa abasakhulayo yibo abaphakeme masinya bekhuthazana ngezinkundleni ze-social media ukuthi babhalisele ukuvota njalo bavota ngobunengi. Libona ngani lokhu kungenzakala na eZimbabwe?
Ngiyabonga. Perseverance ngimele uhlangothi lwabontanga ku-Progressive Residents Association. Siyazama ngazo zonke indlela ukubana ontanga labo baphatheke kunhlelo zonke ezikhona zelizweni, ngoba ikusasa lelizwe lisezandleni zama-youth ontanga.
Can you explain just a little bit in brief what is Bulawayo Progressive Residents Association and what you stand for?
Bulawayo Progressive Residents Association, it is an association that caters for residents in all 29 wards of the city of Bulawayo. We've got all portfolios from the youth secretary, water secretary, chairman. We've got 19 executive members every ward. So in terms of the residents and the organization, we're the watchdog of the organization of the residents in terms of service delivery of the city.
Marvelous. You wanted to ask?
Yes, but I'm not sure if she'll be able to hear me. So maybe what I can ask, and then you can tell her, because I don't know if she can hear me. But I just want to find out that are they working alongside organizations like those being represented by when it comes to?
I can hear you, Marvelous.
Okay, great. So is your association working alongside organizations like WOW when it comes to issues concerning women, especially the issue of registering to vote and women in leadership?
Did you hear that, Perseverance?
I didn't hear her quite correctly. Could you please rephrase for her?
Yeah, she was basically asking whether you do have programs that are urging women to go and register to vote, as well as to go into leadership roles.
All right, thank you. We do have programs that encourage women to go and register to vote. Every ward we are engaging with the communities. Like I said, we've got 29 wards. All of these wards, we take the people to Famona where there is ZEC to go and register.
Do you feel that these places, the ZEC places, are adequate?
Not at all. They are not adequate because these offices, they are far from people, far away from people. And for an individual to just say, I want to go and register to vote, it's a hassle because the place is just quite far. So the people need assistance in terms of transport. So as an organization, we are catering for transport.
Aiwa, apo tiri kunzwa isu zviri kutaurwa ipo pano panyaya yezviri kuitwa nesangano reBulawayo Residents Association. Vari kutaura kuti ivo sesangano vari kutowanikwawo panguva inoi vachiita zvimwe zvirongwa sezviri kuitwa nesangano reWOW mukuedza kubatsira madzimai kuti anyorese ivo kuti vaende kunovhota. Vataura ivo kuti kunowanikwa iko madzimai achifanira kunge vachirejista kunovhota kuri kure. Uyezve mari dzekufambisa dziri kuti netsei. Zvatakanzwa zvakare zvichitaurwa nevamiriri veMDC Alliance vanga vari pano pachirongwa vhiki rapfuura vachiwanikwayo vachitatsurana nevamiriri veZANU-PF panyaya iyoyi yekuti madzimai vanofanira kunge vachiwaniswa mukana wekuti vakwanise kufamba nyore kuenda kunonyoresa kuvhota. Saka tiri kunzwa sangano iri riri kuBulawayo rakamirirwa ipo pano vachitaura ivo kuti ivo sesangano vari kuwanikwa ivo vari kutoitawo zvirongwa zvekuti vaedze kukwezva madzimai kuti vaende kunonyoresa kuvhota. PJ.
Lizibani ongathanda ukuthi ukhuthaze ikakhulu abesifazane abasakhulayo nxa sikhangele udaba uyabhalisela ukuvota kanye lokuthi abantu bayehlatshwa ijekiseni lokuzivikela ku-COVID-19. Manyathi.
Ngiyabonga. Ngizaqala nge-COVID-19 ijekiseni. Kuhle kakhulu ukuthi umuntu azivikele. So ngiyagqugquzela njalo ukubana asiphakameni komama, asiphakameni mantombazane usiyehlatshwa le jekiseni ngoba lizasivikela kakhulu. Ngiphinde ngidlulisele ku-voter registration ukubana kulilungelo lakho, kulilungelo lethu lokubana sihambe sirejistele ukuvota 2023 ngobana kumele sizikhethele abameli bethu, ayikhona ukukhethelwa ngabanye abantu. So kulilungelo lakho ukubana usukume uyevota, usukume uyerejista. Ngiyabonga.
Yeah. Kungasiko kurejista kodwa kulabo engxenye abarejistayo kudala libakhuthazana ukuthi bangabe bangahamba yini bayehlola yona ke i-voters roll.
Njalo siyabakhuthaza laba asebarejista kudala ukubana bahambe baye-check ukuthi yonke into ikhona ku-system, yonke into ilungile na. Mhlawumbe abanye ngezinto ezenzakalayo elizweni umuntu uyakwanisa ukutshintsha ngokuhlala njalo siyagqugquzela ukubana nxa usuke watshintsha ngokuhlala hamba okhangela lapho izekhe eseduzane lawo utholakale lawe ukhona kuzekhe kuma-system ezekhe ukwenza ukuthi kube lula mhlawumbe nxa sesiyavota.
Kulolu bhubhane ijekiseni yokuzivikela kulabanye abathi kabasoze bahlatshwe ile ijekiseni ngoba bayesaba. Likubona njani khona ngapho ngakobulawayo?
Ekuqaliseni abantu baqala besesaba sibili besithi ijekiseni kule stories eziningi kodwana xa abantu belolwazi abantu bayaphakama njalo ngiyagcizelela ukubana abantu kabasukume kabaphakame ngoba ma uvikelekile uyabuvikela lomunye oseduzane kwakho.
Labemuli yonke. Marvelous.
So I think now we can go back to our guest who had dropped off. She's now back. Ms. Varaizo, welcome back to the program. You were hearing there what we were hearing from the Bulawayo Resident Association about some of the work that they are doing also. So do you work alongside other women's organizations or other organizations to try and encourage women to register to vote?
Yes, WAUPE works with women-led community-based organizations.
I know your network is a big issue in Zimbabwe, so we
across the 10 province organizations so that they can facilitate and help women out during this COVID-19 era.
What about the issue of COVID-19 itself? Have you been here? What are you hearing from the women when you are, communicating with them? Have they been going out to get the vaccination? What's the situation like?
When the first rollout came out, most women were afraid to go and get vaccinated because they didn't have enough information about the vaccination, about the efficacy and the safety of the vaccination. So they were reluctant to get vaccinated. But as time went on and this awareness raising was done, we have seen the number of women being vaccinated going up, and most women have been vaccinated because they're doing it to protect their families.
Tambopinda murimi rwamai kuti munoshanda here nemamwe masangano tanga tiine munyarikani vanga vari pano vanga vari kutaura ivo vari vakamirira Bulawayo CC Progressive Nyati. Imi munoshanda here nemamwe masangano akazvimirira panyaya iyoyi yekuedza kukwezva madzimai kuti vaende kunovhota kunonyoresa kuvhota?
Hongu tinoshanda nemamwe masangano, tinoshanda nemamwe maorganizations makuru akaita sana Oxfam. Taitove nekampeni yainzi #Beyond COVID-19 pataishanda navo tichibatsiridza madzimai tichireisa awareness tichidzidzisa madzimai zvakanakira kuti vaende kunobayiwa uye kuti zvakanakirei. Uye tinoshandawo natinoti iwo ma-community based, ma-women-led community-based organizations anovaiwo masangano madiki ari mumanharaunda akasiyana-siyana tinoshanda navo. Tange tichishanda navo vamwe vacho tichivapa yatinoti iyo seed funding, mari yekuti vabatsirike pakuita maprograms ane chekuita neCovid-19.
Zvii zvavari kunyanyonyunyuta nazvo makatarisa panguva ino yeCovid-19 madzimai zvamunoti imimi dai vamwe vakateererawo vachida kubatsira vangabatsira sei?
Tinonoti madzimai mazhinji emuZimbabwe vazhinji vacho vairarama nekutengesa. Saka nekutanga kwakaita COVID-19 nekuvharwa kwakaitwa mabhodha uye nekusakwanisa kubuda mudzimba vachinotengesa, vazhinji vacho vakasangana dambudziko rekuti vanga vasisakwanise kuwana mari yekuzvichengeta ivo nemhuri dzavo. Uye rimwe dambudziko ravakasangana nderekuti tinoshanda nevamwe madzimai ari kumaruwa. Vana vanga kuita iyi yatinoti online learning, vazhinji madzimai vanga vasina zvekushandisa kuti vakwanisa kubatsira vana vaite online learning. Asi nekuburudza kwemaseed funding atakavapa, vamwe vacho vakakwanisa kutenga tinotiwo masmartphone vavakukwanisawo kudzidzisa vana vavo e-learning, uye vakukwanisa kupindawo matrainings avanga vasingakwanisa kupinda ngachiitika paZoom. Uye sezvo tiri kupinda munguva ye16 days of activism against gender-based violence, tinoona kuti imwe nyaya inga ichisangana nemadzimai panguva yeCovid-19 inenge iri yekuti vanga vari kudzimba vachifana kurarama uye nekuswera nevanhu avo vanovambunyikidza vanovaabuse vanhu vaivo varume vavo uye vanga vasina kwekuti vatizire kuti vaende kunoripota nekuti vazhinji vanga vasingakwanisi zveonline.
Tiri panyaya iyoyo yeonline, makazvigona sei panguva yecovid? Nekuti tinoona kuti vazhinji vanga vari kuchema-chema nyanya nekukwira kwedhata kana kwemabhanduru anoshandisika. Maizvifambisa sei imi?
Isusu pamadzimai vedu vatinodzidzisa taivatengera dhata rekuti vachikwanise kushandisa kupinda mumameetings. Matrainings avaidzidziswa kugadzira masanitizer nevamasi taivatengera dhata rekuti vashandise.
Aiwa, regai timbonzwa zvakare kubva kune vamwe vanyarikani vedu tisati takwanisa kunge tichipedzisa hedu, timbonzwa kuti pane masineji here anokwanisa kuitika ekubhulawayo kune kwamuri. Mune maofisi here kubhulawayo?
Hatina maofficers, tinoti ma-women led warlands, watinoti ma-women leadership networks anovaiwo ma-warlands edu anotimirira munharaunda dzatinenge tisiri. Tinavo futi kubhulawayo, ndo vamwe vatinoshanda navo vanotibatsira kushanda vari on the ground.
PJ.
Sibuyele kuwe Manyathi. Kusenhlelo ezisungulwe ngokuqhamuka kwalolu bhubhane ole-COVID, ngoba ukusebenza kwakhona kade vele sokuhlupha. Omama ababhekananga na lohlupho lokuthi baye ebulenjini njalo labantwana ukuthi bayenze leyo kuthiwa yi-e-learning ngalesi sikhathi. Lena njengenhlanganiso kade lisebenzelana njani ukuze bafinyelele lolo lwazi, bafinyelele even abantwana ukuthi bafinyelele izifundo?
Ms. PJ, your audio is not very clear. You might want to come out and come back in again. We can't hear what you're saying.
Okay.
Okay, carry on. Let's hear. Maybe now it's better.
Okay, ngiyabonga.
Yeah.
Thina njengenhlanganiso emele izakhamizi ama-residents besisebenza ngama-squares. Ama-squares lawo nje ukuthi mhlawumbe elokishini elilodwa mhlawumbe enkethani kulama-squares. Ama-squares abegoqela abantu mhlawumbe abangu-20 besibuthanisa abantu bebe balutshwane. Bese sihlanyela-ke ulwazi ade sifuthi abantu babe lwazi. Mhlawumbe bangene through ama-social media sibancedisa-ke ukuba idatha izindlela ade sizisebenza ngazo.
Masikhangele-ke isikhatshana esifitshane esilandelayo sizangena-ke kuhlelo lolu ole-16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Lina-ke lilungiselele kuphi kwangikhona kumkhankaso o-16 days lo?
Umkhankaso lo uzaba khona bese silungiselele ukubana siyangena kuma-radio station, sifaka ulwazi ebantwini, sifaka ulwazi kubomama ukubana bananzelele impilo leyi, impilo eqakathekile, njalo sigqugquzela nabobaba bonke nje ukubana abantu babe lokuhlala okuhle nje emizini yabo.
Lilibonile liqonga na inani lezihlakalo zokuhlukumezana ezindlini ngalesi sikhathi ese-COVID-19?
Ngesikhathi se-COVID-19 inani leli belingathi liyakhuphuka ngoba abantu bebethwele nzima. Kuningi abantu kuhlasela abantu emakhanda. Sikhalela ukuthi ilizwe lethu leli vele umkhonomi umi njani. So abantu labo badingeka nje ukubana baphume lama-short temper sokubangela-ke ukulwa ezindlini, kodwa siyagqugquzela njalo ukubana abantu bahlalisane kuhle. Kukhulunywe lapho-ke ukonakale khona, kungabi yikulwa ngaso sonke isikhathi.
Thank you there to our guest, Ms. PJ. Unfortunately, your audio is still not very good, so you might want to just come out and come back in so we can sort out the audio. But we're hearing there, I think Ms. PJ had asked her guest about the issue of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence, a program that most women will be looking forward to in these coming days. Welcome back to the program, Mrs. Jo. Just tell us a little bit. You mentioned that before we got to our other guest about the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Tell us a little bit about that program and what you would be doing as an organization.
Okay. As an organization, during the 16 days of activism, I'll carry on doing awareness raising campaigns on the ills of GBV and the impacts that it has on women who want to run for public offices. Because we have noticed that it is because of GBV that most women shy away from participating in political leadership. And we'll also be running radio and TV programs on gender-based violence. And we'll also be sending what we call love letters, celebrating human rights defenders during 16 days of activism.
Tinongatitsanangurirewo kuti mazuva ari kuteera pachange paine chirongwa che-16 days of activism against gender-based violence. Mazuva aya mazuva api uyezve munenge muri kuita chii, akakosha sei nyanya kumadzimai?
Mazuva 16 days of activism against gender-based violence akatikoshera semadzimai nekuti ndipo apo patinosangana tese patinenge tichishanda tichidzidzisana zvakashatira gender-based violence inova iyo inowanika kudzimba uye kumabasa. Tichange tichiita maradio programs tichidzidzisa madzimai kuti gender-based violence yakashatirei uye tingabatsirana sei, nekuti tinoona kuti vazhinji vanosangana nayo gender-based violence asi havakwanisi kubuda pachena kuti vataure, zvinozoita kuti vanhu vashaye kubatsirika uye tinoona vamwe vakadzi vazhinji vasingazotore zvigaro zveutungamiri uye vamwe vacho vanotozopedzisira vazviurai nekuti vanenge vasingazivi kuti voendepi uye ndiani angavabatsiri.
Tinoona zvakare nyanya madzimai anenge ari kuda kuita mabasa iwaya ekutungamira, tinoona achinyombwa achiitwa zvakasiyana-siyana. Zvii zvamunoitawo mubasa renyu ramataura kuti munowanikwa muchivapa dzidziso, munovapa dzidziso ipi?
Patinenge tichivapa dzidziso tinovadzidzisa kuti sezvo munhu asarudza kuva mutungamiriri, izvi zvichaita kuti achasangana nematambudziko akawanda ekuti vamwe tinonzwa vachidzwa nemazita asingatoiti, nekuti vamwe tinoona kuti mukadzi paanongoti ave kuda kutora chigaro cheutungamiri anobva anzi akuita hasisina unhu hwakanaka kana kuti aiwa azopinda pachigaro ichocho nekuti anga azoita izvi nemutungamiriri ningi. Saka tinovadzidzisa nyaya yekuti nyange vasangana nematambudziko akaita sei havafaniri kuregedza kuita vatungamiriri uye kuti vanokwanisa kuzvibatsira sei uye ndekupi kwavanganoripota nyaya dzakadai dzegender-based violence.
Tombotarisa panguva ino yeCovid-19, maona here uwandu hwevanhu vari kuitwa mhirizhonga nyanya madzimai vari kushungurudzwa uchikwira kana kuti uchidzika?
Panguva yeCovid-19 yatiri taona kuti madzimai akawanda, namba yemadzimai anombunyikidzwa yakati kwirei kudarika zvayaimbove yakaita.
PJ. Just hold on, PJ. I'm trying to unmute you.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, Manyati, asibuyeleke edabeni lokuthi lockdown, i-COVID-19 lockdown, ama-restrictions angikhona. Aphathe okungakanani abesifazane, omama ezindlini lapha, njobana kade bengayi emsebenzini, iningi labo ilinga labana abazisebenza.
Lokhu kuphazamise kakhulu impilakahle yabantu, kakhulu omama, ngoba siyananzelela ukuthi omama labo sebezisebenza imisebenzi yezandla. Ngakho-ke ukungena esikhathini se-COVID-19 kuye kwehlisa izinga lokusebenza kwabomama, okungangokuthi omama labo ezindlini babaphathela ngokuprovida ukudla, ukufaka ukudla etafuleni. Ngakho-ke lokhu kuye kwadala ukubana omama labo bazibone sebehlezi phansi bengasasebenzi ngenxa yomkhuhlane lo wobhubhane.
Izehlakalo zokuhlukunyezwa kokutshaywa ukuncipha imali lizibone ziqongana.
Izinga liye laqonga sibili kakhulu ngoba sananzelela ukuthi kuye kwadala ukuhlukumezeka kibo baba kubomama ukubangela ukuthi bagcine sebesilwa ezindlini okungangokuthi ukuhlala phansi nokungasebenzi kuyenza abantu babe lokudla bangabi lokuhlaliseka kuhle. So siyakhuthaza njalo ukubana ezindlini abantu bahlale kuhle.
Lina njengenhlanganiso ye-Buka lisebenzelana okungakanani lomasipala wakobulawayo ezinhlupweni ezinjengokuswelakala kwamanzi, kuke kwaba lohlupho lokuthi amanzi akade etholakala kade ngcolile abangela imikhuhlane. Lisebenzelana okungakanani?
Njengoba ngitshilo ekuqaleni ukubana iBuka, iBulawayo Progressive Residents Association, inhlanganiso elilihlo lezakhamizi ekhangela lapho ukhansela aphambanisa khona aqondise ukhansela. Ngakho-ke njengenhlanganiso siyasiphuthazane likhansela ukubana hayi ku-service delivery ngabe lenza kanje, ngabe lenza ngalolu hlelo. Ngakho-ke siyafisa njalo ukubana umasipala wethu wabulawayo angenelane lezakhamizi ehle ukusebenza kuhle.
Marvelous, you wanted to say something or you wanted to ask?
Yes, I actually wanted to just reboot, so thank God it works. Because yeah, I just wanted to go back, to the images that women are making. I heard our guests here talking about what they're doing as the Bulawayo Residents Association in Bulawayo. So I'm going back to WOW to just say that. So moving forward, what kind of issues are you going to be addressing? We see, as you say, there's 16 days of activism coming up. There are also other women-related issues coming up. What's your, at the top of your list as we move into the following month? We know that this month has been Breast Cancer Month. Were you also talking to your women about breast cancer and issues like
that? Okay. Moving forward as well, we will be talking on the effects of GBV on women who want to participate for public elections, as we are nearing the 2023 public elections.
Mm-hmm. And where can people actually find you? And is it easy for women to come through and say, hey, look, I'm really interested in going into politics. Can you train me? Or do you actually go out and headhunt? How do you find these people?
People can reach us through our Twitter accounts, our Instagram, our Facebook, basically our social media pages. I'll give out the handouts. Our Twitter is at WOW with a capital letter W, then small letter A, LPE, then capital letter A for Academy, and then at Women Reform Network. And then our Instagram is WOWPE Academy, and our Facebook is Women's Academy for Leadership and Political Excellence. And another page is Women Reform Network. And then women can get in touch with us on +263 784 420 409. They can send a call me back or a text message, we'll call them back. Mm-hmm. And to answer the question that you're asking, if women are really coming forward and saying they want to be trained, yes, we have had overwhelming numbers of women reaching out to us, even in other areas that we haven't reached, to want to be trained. So women are coming forward and they want to be trained.
I worry getting go from the next year to go to na PJ no kusafanga 7 minutes akuti chimangwa chedu chipera sinokufunza kuti mukuona madzimai vachiuya here vega kungoti aiwa ini ndinoda kuita mutungamiri zviri nyore here kuti mudzimai angofunga kuti ndakudawo rudzidziso rwokuti ndingaite sei mutungamiri nyanya munyaya idzo dzezvematongerwo enyika.
Sekuona kwangu izvezvi zvave nyore kumadzimai kuti vauye vachiti vanoda kudzidziswa, nekuti izvezvi tikada kutarisa madzimai ari kutumidzira mameseji kuwapo kubudikidza pamasocial media pages edu paFacebook kana paTwitter kana paInstagram kana pakufona chaipo paline rebasa, tine vakadzi vakawanda vari kutumidzira mameseji, vari kufona
network yedu iyo yatarwa kukakama.
dzidziswa kuti vangaite sei kuti vapinde.
Alright, regai tiende kuna Miss PJ.
Manyati, uyazizwela lawe labo abafunayo ukuthi bangene kumbe bazisise lehlelo ezebhuku balithola
Ngiyabonga kakhulu sikhona kuma-social handles ethu ku-Twitter Blawayo BYO Progressive Residents Association, laku-Facebook sikhona laku-Instagram sikhona ema-ofisi ethu akhona eFidelity 5th Street and 12th Avenue sikhona.
Ilazi na ihlelo ezikhuthaza omama ukuthi bangene ezikhundleni zobukhokheli, ukuba ngamakhansela, ukuba ngamalunga edale lephalamende lezikhundla eziphezulu.
Ngiyabonga thina sinhlanganiso emele ifanisi njalo zibe lolwazi kubakhokheli abafuna babakhokhele, njalo siyasifundise izakhamizi ukubana nxa sebefuna ukukhetha bakhethe umuntu abamaziyo bembona la ngokusebenza kwakhe kuleso sigaba.
Kuqakathekile lokho.
Kuqakathekile kakhulu ngoba khathesi sisondelane nokhetho luka-2023. Ngakho-ke izakhamizi yizo ezilomlando ukukhetha abantu abazabamela okweminyaka emihlanu
elandelayo. Ngihle ngikunike-ke ithuba lokuthi for you to highlight programs that you have lined up for the 16 days of activism against the gender-based violence.
Thank you so much. For the 16 days, we have engaged radio stations to give an awareness to the women and men, and we also engaging with the youth to foster the registration program. Because we see it fit, it is so very ideal for the youth to stand up and go and register for the upcoming 2023 elections.
Did you see the numbers rise of gender-based violence in these COVID-19 restrictions?
Yes, the numbers rise so much to the extent that it is so much touching to see cases rising each and every day. So we encourage people to live in harmony. We encourage people to live in a good society that is surrounded with love.
Are you working with other organizations in Bulawayo to just develop?
Yes, we are working.
Yes.
Yes, thank you. We are working with other organizations, the WOUD, which is Women in Leadership Development. We are working with the WOUD. We are working with other BVT. We are working with many other organizations in Bulawayo just to foster an awareness around the GBV, around voter registration. Yes.
On that note, PJ, unfortunately, our time is really not on our side, but, we'd like to really give also the last word to Ms. Jo, who has come back. I know you've had challenges here and there, but thank you for sticking throughout the program all the way from Zimbabwe. If you can give us your last word as WAUP, and where can people follow you?
SeWAUP zvatingade kungoudza madzimai ndezvekuti hatifaniri kutya kupinda muma-leadership positions, uye kana tiri kuda kubatsirwa tisiri kuziva kuti uve mutungamiri unoita sei, kuti uzonzwa candidate unoita sei, vanhu vanogona kutibata pa0784 420 409. Tichadzokerodza zvakare 0784 420 409. inhamba yedu yebasa yekuti munogona kusenda komi back kana message tinokufonerai tichikubatsirai.
Aiwa, tinotenda. Unfortunately nguva yedu ndo yadyanana, tichisina kana pekumbunyikidzwa kuti tienderere mberi nokuti tasarwa ne6 seconds kana kuti kudai. PJ tochikupa kuti ungopedza tichibva tapedza yedu chirongwa chedu.
Ngithande ukubonga, ngithathe leli thuba lokubonga lina balaleli ngokubukela lolu hlelo lethu lalamhlanje. Ngibonge njalo unkosazana Perseverance Nyathi esibe laye kuhlelo owenhlanganiso yezakhamizi eyeBulawayo Progressive Residents Association ubechasisa ngenhlelo abalazo eziphathelane lokuthuthukisa omama abesifazane kunhlangothi ezehlukeneyo zempilo, ikakhulu ukuthi labo baqonge isibindi bangene ezikhundleni zobukhokeli njalo bahambe bayerejista ukuba bavote ngomnyaka 2023. Igama lami ngu-Praxedes Jeremiah, ngimele emhlanje.
Thank you, the PJ. I would like to also thank Varaizo Show for being standing alongside with us for the past hour. I know challenging network, everything that you stuck with us of WAUP and some of their projects that they are actually doing to encourage women to go and vote and also to encourage women to have leadership positions. I'm Marvelous in Washington saying have a very good night.